Kitch is on board. Kitch, I just watched you down a load of rum. First shout, still got it. Hope you're well, my man. Big shout to all the boys at Imperial RFC. Gary Sims is on board at the Leeds. Yeah. Katie Gingel's on board. Patch is on board. How you doing, mate? Big shout to Three Peeps in a Podcast crew. Nick Coe's on board. Shout to the Barton Hill Massive. Dave Phillips is on board. Oh, tell me about that. I will tell you a story in the future about when I cut the end of my finger off, chopping leeks. In 1994, I entered a competition, National Student Chef of the Year, and I got to the final and flew to Scotland, and I was cooking my dish and I was chopping some leeks, and I cut through the end of my finger and took like about that much off. And had to go to hospital and couldn't finish. And I was absolutely devastated. And do you know what? Not being big-headed, but I reckon my dish would have won. Just saying. So, I do know exactly how that feels. Try not to spill it all over the floor as well. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Sandor is on board. Big shout out to the Asheville Massive. Louis Sims is on board. Craig Smith's on board. Yeah. Gary Love's on board. I will try and shout you all out, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. Right, tonight is bit of a barbecue prep special. Just to throw a few ideas out there. There's so many marinades and spices and bits and pieces that you can buy now. Connor Harper's on board. Barbecue's pretty, is pretty big. So Mike Oakley's on board. But all I'm trying to do, guys, is just use up bits and pieces I've got. Maybe throw a few ideas your way. Everyone's a good cook in their own right, and there's no right or wrong. In barbecue prep and stuff like that. This is literally just to throw a few things that you might think, oh, that sounds alright, or whatever. It's not, nothing set in stone with this. It's just literally ideas. Right, so what we're going to do tonight, we are going to cook a red onion, tomato and habanero relish. We are going to make a mango and pineapple salsa. Okay. We are going to make a lemon, rosemary and garlic marinade. Okay. We are going to make a yogurt marinade with paprika, coriander, cayenne pepper and stuff like that for some chicken. And then I'm going to make just sort of like a paste, or like a saucy paste for some pork as well. So what I'm going to do first is get the relish on, because that will take the longest, okay? So what I've got loads of ingredients here, right? So I've got some onions, red onions. I've got some crappy tomatoes that I just had lying around, and I thought I'd make a relish out of them. I've got some garlic, a bit of ginger. What else are we going to put in there? A habanero. Okay, beautiful. What else have we got? We got some herbs and spices, some vinegar and stuff like that. So we'll get this on first. So what we want to do is get a pan going. I will keep dipping out, guys, so that I can wash my hands. I've got a lot of hand washing to do today. Okay, little bit of oil in the pan first. How are we all doing anyway? Becky Clark's on board. Jackie Brimble's on board. Hope you're doing well, Jackie. Stay safe, my dear. Okay, so a little bit of oil in there. And we'll get all those red onions in. There's about 4 red onions there. Okay, so we just want to keep cooking them down. Beautiful. 1 huge clove of garlic, and we'll just chop that up and get that in there as well. Give us a thumbs up if you're doing alright, guys. Hope you're enjoying the weather, staying safe and staying healthy and keeping active, getting whatever you need to get. Who's been to B&Q today? I heard it was pretty busy there. You're welcome, Jackie. So just roughly chopping that garlic up. God, I tell you what, if Sandor's still on, I really fancied a steak today. Didn't get one, but could have done with one. Right, so garlic's in. So all we're doing now is cooking these onions down. That take quite a while. Nice red onions. This is just quick, guys, alright? This is just a quick one tonight. So tomatoes, I'm just going to roughly chop, not too small, but also not too big. They'll cook down, so probably cut them into 8s and then down through the middle of each half. This is just a good way to use up, you know, some crappy stuff I had. Like these salad tomatoes, let's be honest, they don't really taste of much. Bets is on board, Craig Knott's on board, Jay Lee's on board, Cheryl's on board. Let's have another shout out. Let's have a refresh. So yeah, just a good way of using up some crappy flavourless bits and pieces really, and then turning it into something nice. Mind your fingers, they say. That'd be embarrassing, wouldn't it, if I cut my bloody finger live. Cut my finger opening the bloody box this morning. Putting IKEA furniture together. But keep your knives nice and sharp. Good way of testing how sharp your knife is. Tomato skin. If it runs through, it's sharp. Always better to cut yourself with a sharp knife rather than a blunt one. Trust me. Someone was asking me about knives the other day, what knives you use and all that. These are called Flint and Flame. Absolutely beautiful, handmade, English. About £130 for that one, so it's quite expensive. Also use Global. That one I think was about 40-50 quid. I've got some other bits and pieces as well, but I generally just use like that one and that one for everything. So, cooking these down now. These are on about a medium heat. Okay, we get a little bit of colour on there. Who else is on board? I haven't added any lemon yet, no. Martin Tozer's on board, how you doing, brother? Daniel Braun's on board, how you doing, mate? Did I ever give you the hat trick key ring? Because now I have one. No, you didn't. No. I would love a hat trick key ring. I was a bit upset last time that I didn't get one, but, you know, Podge deserves it. Absolutely deserves it. But I'm hoping we'll be invited on again, and we can talk about maybe a little collab with Ice Cream Taco and Chef Anton. I'm sure that's on the cards at some point. That'd be good. How you doing, Pat? Anyway, I bet you're missing Bristol City, aren't you? Cool. I bet all the city lads are missing it. Right, so they're softening up nicely now. Okay, I don't know why I've left that spoon on there. That was really hot. Okay, so just grating a bit of ginger there. Probably about a thumb-sized piece of ginger. Okay, all about the flavour. Get that in there. Okay, so get a bit of ginger in. So as you can see now, onions are starting to brown nicely. What we want to do now, right, make sure your pan's nice and hot. Okay, and what we want to do is get the tomatoes in. And what we need to do is dry. Emily Atwood's on board, how you doing? Yeah, I'll bet, Pat. What we want to do is get the tomatoes in, okay, cook them down and drive the water off. So just keep cooking and cooking and cooking until we get the water off. Jake Dent's on board, how you doing, brother? So for those that have just joined, bit of a barbecue special, just a little bit of barbecue prep. We're doing a tomato, red onion and habanero relish. We are doing a mango and pineapple salsa. We are doing a couple of marinades. We're doing a yogurt marinade. Turn that down a bit. And we are doing a sauce marinade as well that I'm just going to make up with some bits and pieces that I got, just to give a few ideas. I've had quite a few questions this week. I'll tell you what as well. I've had a load of interest on the chopping board, so that's definitely on the cards, guys, in the future. Ian Starr's on board! Shout out to Sijo Creative. What's the meter saying? 47 pence. We've been outside sunbathing all day. Right, so cooking down lovely. It smells beautiful. That ginger, garlic, onion in there, smelling cracking. So keep that cooking down. Right, so in the meantime, we're going to go through how to cut up that chicken again. Hoff's on board! Brad Thomas is on board! Best photographer in Bristol. Brad, what's your photography company? Yeah, 47p. I'll give you a shout out. Right. So, whole chicken again. Okay. And we're just going to cut this up because what we want to do, we want to use absolutely everything on this chicken, even the carcass. I don't know if any of you saw last week what I made a stock, and then I made a soup from that stock. This week what I might do is make a brown stock instead. Right, so let's portion this chicken up. Let's run the knife down between the breast and the leg. Okay, so you've cut it like that, cut through the skin, over, crack it. Okay, and then you'll see a line through there. Okay, and you'll come straight through. Okay, same the other side. Line down through. Get as close as you can to the bone. Even if you just, as you're running the knife through, just run it through against the bone. Pop the knuckle out and straight through. Okay, so you've got a nice thigh and leg there. We'll portion that up in a minute. BT Photography, Brad Thomas Photography. Look it up on Facebook. Fantastic photographer. Does weddings and events and all that sort of thing. Cracking lad. Give him a go. Right, so onions and tomatoes are continuing to cook through lovely there. Right, so what I want to do now is take the breasts off. Okay, so there's a natural line. Okay, breastbone. So we want to run the knife through. Okay, and you'll just feel it run against that bone. Okay, and then you'll feel the knife, the tip of the knife, hit the carcass. Okay, and then what you want to do, fingers like that, just roll it through, tight as you can to the carcass. Okay, that chicken's huge, to be fair play. So much cheaper as well, guys, to buy a whole chicken rather than it portioned. I mean, that chicken was like £3 something. Well, you'll pay like £4.50 or whatever for a couple of breasts. Right, so that, look at that, beautiful breasts there. Massive. Keep an eye on this as well while we're doing. Don't want that to catch. That's cooking down lovely now. Getting a nice lot of caramelisation on those onions. Tomatoes are starting to break down as well. We'll get to the next stage of that in a sec. So take the other breast off. Again, keep your knife as close as you can to the carcass. Down through. Okay, so we're left with the carcass, okay? Guys, I pulled enough meat off of that the other day for the two of us in a soup. So it's well worth keeping, alright? Don't throw nothing away. So what we're going to do now, we're just going to take that wing off. Okay, so we got the chicken wing and we'll add that to our little marinade we're going to do. What I want to do here as well, just pull that skin off. I don't want any skin on the breast meat. Okay, get rid of that. Same with this one. Okay, set that aside. Got here huge breasts. Okay, take the skin off, get rid of that. Okay, now what we want to do, you're left with a big chicken breast like that. What we want to do is get the knife and just score through. Just run the sharp knife through the breast. About halfway, and then you've got a load of lines like so. Okay, set that aside. Same with the other one. Breast meat is quite dry, as you know, but this yogurt marinade we're going to do, we'll keep it nice and moist. Okay, so legs and thighs we're gonna keep the skin on. So if you have a look there, there's that natural line there. If you run your knife through there, okay, you'll find the knuckle between the leg and the thigh, and you run your knife straight through it. Alright, set that aside. Right, we've got to keep stirring this. Who else is on board? Alexandra Shepherd's on board! How you doing, my darling? Callum Ewan's on board. How you doing, brother? Say hello to the old man for me. Okay, same again with this one. Straight through. Thigh. Breast. Right. I'm just going to wash my hands now, guys. Excuse me for a second. Obviously, we don't, been using raw meat, goes without saying. Keep everything as clean as you can. Keep your hands clean when you've been using raw chicken. Right, so this is doing nicely now. Okay, so tomatoes cooking down, onions are caramelising lovely. Yeah, I'm wicked, Callum, thank you. A bit of a lazy day today. Never mind. Right, so red wine vinegar. No, sorry. Want about 2 dessert spoons of tomato puree. okay, in the relish. And let that cook down for just a minute, and that will just give it a bit more of an intense tomato flavour. Right, what we're going to do now, just going to chop up a habanero. I'm going to put one habanero in here. Guys, these are really pretty hot, so just go careful. I'm going to take most of the seeds out of these because there's only a little bit. I don't want it to blow the head off. It's more about the flavour. It's all about the flavour, actually. Okay, so just roughly chop that habanero. You'll see I'm using a separate board only because I just want to get through this quickly tonight without washing everything down. But as you all probably know, go careful when you're cutting chilli, touching your face and whatever after, because, you know, the other night I thought I'd wash my hands more than once, and I took the contact lens out and yeah, burnt the eye a little bit. Right, so just roughly chop that habanero through. Okay, beautiful. And that can go in our mix there. Right, so I'll set that aside there. Wash the knife, wash the hand. Okay, this is cooking down lovely now. Caramelising really well. So we want about a tablespoon of red wine vinegar. Okay, and that will reduce straight away on there. That's going to be quite an intense. And then just a cupful of water. Oh, I'm going to have to open the window. As soon as you hit that habanero. Right, so we're just going to move that to the back. There we go. That's how we're looking at the moment. And we're just going to let that cook down to the next stage. Joe Tizard's on board. How you doing, brother? James Greenwood, Harvey Lapham. How are we doing, guys? Right, so next marinade. This is for the chicken breast, guys. So, just a small pot of yogurt. Cool, that chilli is strong. My nose is running and everything. Right, so yogurt, teaspoon of paprika, heaped teaspoons, and then we want half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, half a teaspoon of cumin, and then a teaspoon of ground coriander. Okay, and then about a teaspoon of salt. I use Himalayan pink sea salt. You can use whatever you like. I prefer to use rock salt. And then what we're going to do there, instead of fresh garlic, we're just going to use half a teaspoon of garlic powder. And then what we want to do, I can't find, here we go, just mix that up. Okay, that is beautiful. Got some freezer bags, good quality freezer bags. God, that chilli is so strong. Pop the breasts in. Doing it this way, guys, you just save yourself washing your hands all the time. Do you know what I mean? So get that marinade in there. Normally when you marinate something, depending on what it is, you know, you could leave it for minimum of 30 minutes. I've got to be honest, I like to leave mine for 24 hours. Okay, then all we're doing then, mixing that around in the bag. Okay, push the air out of it and seal it up. Seal it up, pop it in the fridge, and there's your marinated chicken. Marinated chicken breast, done. And I'll tell you what, tomorrow, that will be beautiful. I just got to blow my nose, guys. I'm in a right mess here. Blimey. Right. So, that's cooking down lovely now. So what we want to do there now is add a couple of dessert spoons of Demerara sugar. I'm going to give it 3 spoonfuls, and what that will do, that will help give it a sweetness, and it will help it form into a relish. Okay, and what else I'm going to do, I should have put this in earlier, just a little teaspoon of thyme. Lovely. Stir that in. That will probably take another half hour or so. Season it up. Right, let's see who else is on board. You like that promo, Arv? Like that? It's all in waiting, mate. It's all in waiting. See? Teasing you all. Ashley Monks is on board. How you doing, my dear? Love to the family. Jodie Starr's on board. Yeah, Ian's done really well with that. Give a shout out to Wardy as well, because he pointed me in the direction of it, and then Mr. Starr worked his magic, and I had the idea of putting the hammer across it. Malcolm Eggleton's on board. How you doing, sir? Right. Now we have got, so we've done the chicken breast in the yogurt marinade. Okay, beautiful. So next we are going to do the thighs and legs, and what we're going to do, I found some rosemary, one of my favourite herbs, plus it was our ma's name. Okay, so just going to get a load of rosemary, okay, in here. Guys, like I've said to you before, there's no rights, there's no wrongs. I'm just here trying to give tips. Yeah, create a bit of inspiration for you all in these times. Right, so roughly chop the rosemary through. Appreciate you all watching, guys. Tomo's on board. Tomo, excuse me. Would you like me to do a live Eggs Benedict? Because 2 years ago, when we were in Benidorm, I actually shared a bed with Tomo. He was my roommate. He nearly caved me head in for snoring. But he wanted, I said, what can I do? He said, get me Eggs Benedict, and I let him down. I'm sorry, but to this day I'm sorry about that. Right, 3 cloves of garlic. Just roughly chopped. Okay. In. Sea salt. About a teaspoon. Okay, then we want the zest of a lemon. Fairly big lemon there, so there's a good lot of zest coming off of that. If they're small lemons, put 2. Do you know what? It's Saturday, so I'm going to put 2. I like lemon. We want that as much flavour as we can on that chicken. Right, so rosemary's in there, garlic's in there, half a teaspoon of thyme, lemon's in there. Okay, and then what we want is just a little bit of oil. Okay, just enough just to bind it together. Okay, and then what we're going to do, honestly guys, the smell in here is unbelievable. We're just going to coat, so we've got that. Yeah, so what we're going to do is just mix all that up. Coat everything up lovely, and what we'll do, we'll leave that 24 hours again. Right, marinate things for as long as you can, guys. I'm a firm believer that, you know, some of these things they'll say, oh, marinate for 30 minutes. I don't believe it's long enough. Okay, so look at that thigh there. Okay, really nicely well coated up. You leave that 24 hours again in a sealed bag. Right, and that then is just going to infuse beautifully. Okay, so we got the wings, 2 wings, 2 legs, 2 thighs. Guys, if you wanted to pop a little bit of white wine in there or anything like that, like, by all means, like I said, there's no right or wrongs. It's trial and error. Yeah, you make loads of mistakes, but you don't better yourself unless you make those mistakes. Yeah, you know, you don't learn unless you make those mistakes. That's what it's all about. Honestly. Right, so there we go. Legs, thighs, wings, all marinated in there. Okay, seal it up. Fridge 24 hours. Okay. If you didn't want to use that tomorrow, guys, and you wanted to right, clear down. If you wanted to marinate that, then you can freeze it. Do you know what I mean? Why not? Freeze it in there, get it out, thaw it out, it's still taking on that flavour. You know what I mean? Right, next one. Next one's for Joe Tizzard. Right, I'm going to blow his head off with a nice salsa. Right, that now is looking absolutely beautiful. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to season that with a bit of salt. Don't be afraid, guys, don't be afraid to season. A little bit at a time. There's a lot of places you go to eat and it's like they're scared to use salt and pepper. Yeah? Don't be afraid to use salt and pepper. If you can, buy good quality salt. It makes a world of difference. So, we've driven all the water off of there. Okay, I'm going to pull that off the heat now. Into a dish. What I'll do tomorrow, I'll sterilise a jar and I'll jar this up, and then that will last then for a while. And there you go. Red onion, tomato, habanero relish. Okay, and that will go lovely with pretty much anything. If you wanted to use it on cheese, you know, burger relish or whatever, that'll come out nicely. Jim Stacey's on board. How you doing, Jim? Right, next we are going to make a beautiful mango and pineapple salsa. Right, this one's for Joe Tizzard. So this is just an orgasmic explosion of flavour in your mouth, if I'm honest. It's one of my favourite things. I discovered it years ago. We used to do a dish in the Swallow Royal, which was a crab and mango salad, and it's a bit of a spin-off from that. Now this will go with anything at a barbecue, you know. It would just help clear your palate, you know, give you that nice burst of fresh flavour while you're eating burgers and sausages and chicken and steak and whatever. You have a little bit of this on the side and it will really cleanse your palate. Explosion of flavour in your mouth, which is exactly what you want. Okay, I'm just going to use half a mango. Okay, only want to make a little bit, there's only two of us. Right, so you want a fairly small dice, not too chunky. Make sure your mango's ripe. Okay, I've had this one about 3 days now from the shop. You can get lucky sometimes and you'll find a ripe one in the shop. Okay, so just dice that through in the bowl. Beautiful. That, guys, is lovely. Right, pineapple. Right, I only bought this today and I don't think he's quite right. Feels a little bit soft, but a good way to tell whether your pineapple's ripe is if you can pull a leaf out with ease. So this one, he's not too bad, he's nearly there, okay? But that's a good, if you can't pull the leaf out easily, then he's not quite ripe, okay? This one's on the verge. So again, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use about half, okay? Take the edge off. Make sure you get rid of those nasty brown bits. Okay, just curve your knife as you're going through. Try not to get too much flesh. Shout out to my best buddy, Mark Podge Powell. Right, working hard as ever, and he's absolutely smashing it at the moment. I'm hoping to go and give him a little hand on Monday on the quiet. I mean, so just skim through there, take those nasty brown bits off where the spikes come out. All right, that smells lovely. Nice Nice pineapple that, right? So just straight down. Want about half. Right, this will make plenty. All right, plenty there. Okay. Take those last few bits off. Okay, so you're left then a lovely bit of fresh pineapple. It's my favourite fruit. Okay, down. Take the core out. You don't want to eat that. It's like eating wood. Okay, same again. Okay, so what we're going to do then is just slice it through. What I was going to do as well, guys, was char grill this, but I've changed my mind. Okay, and then what we're doing, we're just nice small sort of dice through there. Doesn't matter if it mashes a little bit, you're just getting the flavour out then. Right, in. It's not like you're putting chunks of pineapple in there, like cheese and pineapple on sticks. Who likes that? Hands up if you like that at a wedding buffet or whatever. Who else is on board? Ben Phillips is on board, he likes his scran. I'll tell you what, Ben, that looked nice the other day what you did. That ox cheek, first round. Loves a bit of ox cheek. What, my phone keeps skipping? Or are you making pizza? Yeah. Ooh, don't like pineapple on a pizza. Now, making a mango and pineapple salsa. Right? Just to go on the side at a barbecue. Nice, fresh, palate cleansing salsa. Right? Do you know what, guys? I'm going to take a bit of that pineapple out of there. I've got something else I can use that on. So we've got about half and half pineapple to mango. Alright? Okay, then what we want. Just got half a red onion. Now you need to get this as fine as you can. Okay, so like before. We showed before. Keep that bit on. Slice straight through. Okay, then come through once, keep your fingers right out the way. 2, that's where you'll cut them. But you don't become a chef without cutting or burning yourself, trust me. Okay, and then just run the knife through. Okay, that's looking beautiful. Guys, if you wanted to put a little bit of tomato in here as well, you can do. Okay, so we want the zest of a lime. One of my favourite smells. Freshly grated lime zest, can't beat it. Straight in there, and we'll go straight in with the juice. This salsa will probably last about 3 days by the time you've put your juice over it. Okay, so squeeze all that lime juice in. Okay. Beautiful. Clean, clean. I used to work, when I worked in the Soil Royal, I used to work with this French chef called Patrick. Cleanest chef I've ever met. He was from Bordeaux and he was a football hooligan. Great chef. He used to eat he used to butcher the sirloins and he used to eat the raw beef. off of them. But he used to be like, clean, clean, always clean. That's all he used to say all the time. Right, we don't want to put that coriander in yet. So, just the chilli, just one. Okay, if you want to get all like there in, put 2 in. Just running that through. Keep the seeds in, why not? I don't see the point in taking the seeds out when you're using chilli. This is how I roll. You want that bit of kick in there, don't you? Thanks guys for tuning in. Right, so whole chilli in. As soon as you put that chilli in there, it makes it look absolutely amazing. Okay, the colour in that is beautiful. Okay, so then, nice bit of coriander. Not too fine, because you don't want to bruise it. Nice and rustic. Okay. So, tell you what I'm going to do as well. I'm going to put the juice of half a lemon in there as well. That's beautiful. Okay, so if you can make this in advance, you know, either if you're having a barbecue on that day, make it in the morning. Yeah, and then what that will do, all those flavors will come out and that will taste absolutely sensational. Okay, and like I said, when you're eating steaks and burgers and sausages and chicken, you have a bit of this and it just cleanses your palate, gives you that little kick, and it's beautiful. Right, Joe Tizard, you asked for a nice salsa. There's your nice salsa. Right, brother. Martin Holmes is on board. One of my longest standing muckers. Let me try that. Oh, lovely. Right, last one. Last one, guys. This is a bit of a cheat. Right. Ooh. Ketchup. About a tablespoon. Worcester sauce. About half a tablespoon. Honey. About a tablespoon. See, this is how I roll. I don't weigh things out. Teaspoon of thyme. Teaspoon of garlic powder. Teaspoon of onion powder. Teaspoon of smoked paprika. Give it a little kick. Teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Why not? Teaspoon of whole grain mustard. About a teaspoon of salt. And mix, 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 mix. Right, with this, guys, right? Oh, that smells amazing. When you're cooking, so you can marinate this, right? And then when you're cooking, wipe it off before you put it on the grill so that it's been marinated, but the excess is taken off, right? And then what you do that, and then just brush it over as you're cooking, and that will help give it a really nice caramelization. So what I've got here is some pork shoulder steaks. So I'm going to marinate these. I'm going to marinate these, and then all I'm going to do is slow roast them in the oven. Okay, I haven't actually got a barbecue. I'm doing barbecue prep. I haven't even got a barbecue at the moment. Right, so got all that in there, all that lovely flavour, sticky, that'll come out sticky as it cooks, sticky, caramelise. Yeah, in the bag, mush it around. Seal it up, and it's job done. Simple as that, guys. Simple as that. Okay. Make sure that all the meat is coated in that. Alright. Right, so let's have a recap. So we cut up our whole chicken. Alright. Let's go through it. We cut up our whole chicken, and then we made our yogurt marinade. Okay, in the bag, marinating. And what I'll do, I'll roast those breasts in the oven tomorrow. We set the carcass aside, we'll make a stock from that. Okay, in here we've got the thighs, the wings, and the legs, marinated in the herb and lemon. Okay, predominantly rosemary. Okay, let that marinade. Okay, then we made our marinade using the ketchup, the honey, the mustard, a bit of spice. Okay, pork shoulder in there. What else did we do? We made lovely tomato, red onion, and habanero relish. Okay, I'm eager to taste that. I'm not going to taste it until it's cold. And then, especially for Joe Tizard, our lovely mango, chili, red onion, and pineapple salsa that will be beautiful and palate cleansing. So yeah, like I said, guys, there's no rights, there's no wrongs. It's just a few little tips here and there along the way. I just want to say that I will be launching Chef Antoine Facebook page soon, but I want it to be right and I want it to look good and stuff like that, so I'm not going to rush into it. So if and when I do, I would love it if you could follow it, guys, and just give me some feedback and stuff like that. Ask questions. I might know the answers, I might not. Everyone's, there's a lot of good cooks amongst you all. I'm just here because I enjoy it. I enjoy it, to be honest. I want to give a couple thanks to a few people that have sent me messages this week. Some nice messages about just saying thanks for doing what you're doing. I don't do it for any other reason than just to, keep us occupied a little bit, really. It's weird times for us all. So if I can pass on a smidgen of knowledge of anything that I do, then so be it. But please feel free to ask questions. That's what it's all about. I might know the answer, I might not. And also, it's always good to share ideas. What do you think about this, that? Some things work, some things don't. That's what it's all about. So yeah, big love to you all. Thank you for all of you tuning in. Stay safe, keep well, keep healthy, and I'll see you soon. Thank you very much.